we should. I think we should move that banner. I didn't even see it there. You walk into that banner and know what it is. Sure.
He really is clueless. He goes, how did you do this? Now does it all make sense? Oh my gosh. And there's still people coming. We've been getting texts and things from people saying, where is it? How do I get there? There's a closure. So I thought, she calls me knee since my knee surgery. So, 10 years ago, Sven spent his 70th birthday at Base Camp Everest. So, now it's 10 years later, he's going to have an 80th birthday, and we were trying to figure out what we could do to top that, which was really kind of impossible. So at Thanksgiving, we decided that the one thing that Sven really wanted was to get his missionaries together. And so we started kind of planning it and working on it. And Catherine spent a lot of time on Facebook, and we started doing things and tried to get the word out. And here we are. And thank you. Thank you so much for coming. We've gotten a lot of letters, a lot of emails, a lot of things from people saying that they wouldn't be able to come, but take lots of pictures. So we're going to be doing that. So this is kind of the plan. We sing Call to Serve. We have John Sanders and Karen Lutzen. There are music people from our ward, and you can see they really get us going. And so I'd like to ask our oldest, James. Well, let me back up a minute. Let me just introduce my kids. James and Katie. And are your kids here? Oh, and then I'll stand up. There's Sally. Jacob's a Boy Scout camp. There's Sally and Andrew and Will. And then our daughter, Gretel, and her husband, Curtis Sampson, and their children, Kate, Lily, and Anna and Lily, and then Kirsten and Dave Corbett, and our daughter, Kirsten, and Lucy, Jack, Max, and Meg is up here, and then Catherine, that you all remember from the mission home, and she's there with baby, with the youngest puppy, and Ella and Marta, and then Brennan's over here filming this for us, her husband, and then Matt and Gretchen. Is Gretchen here? So, oh yeah, with his son. Anyway, thank you. We pulled it off. He was totally clueless. Anyway, so James, if you come and give invocation, then I will say a couple of things, and then hopefully by then Swen will have gotten it together and not be quite so shocked. And then we'll ask him to say something, and then we'll sing. Let's do Heart Calling Nations, his favorite song, kind of the first and last verse. While we're doing it, if the Austrian elders would like to come up, and sisters, we're going to sing the Auftrag, which we always do at the end of every meeting. And then we'd like to ask Elder Curtis Sampson, one of the two first missionaries we saw as we arrived at the airport a year, 24 years ago, to say a closing prayer. Thanks.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we are grateful for this opportunity to come and to be together. We're thankful, Father, for the opportunity we've had to serve, for the opportunity we've had to live, and for the opportunity to be together. We're also very grateful for Swen and Garland, for their examples, for the life they live, and for the chance we've had to be with them and to serve with them. We know, Father, we've been very blessed, and help us, Father, that we can always remember these things, and that we can take these things forward, and that we can always be closer to thee. And these things we say very humbly in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen.
The best part about this today is I can now get some sleep. At 2:30 this morning, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get Swen from the car and his coat in here and the coat on his back, because I know he'd want to have his coat on, and how I'm going to get it on him logistically. I mean, the crazy things that have been going through my mind. So, elders and sisters, 24 years ago, we showed up in Austria. I was your age. I'll back up a minute and tell you that, give you kind of a backup of this, that in 1989 we were first called in to Elder Russell Nelson's office. And he called us in. We were really kind of nervous. We knew him swimming professionally. He had been one of his residents. And we had no idea why we were being called in. And he sat us down and went through our financial and had all these questions. He asked us about our jobs, our children, the ages of our children, what they were doing. And then he said, we are in the process of interviewing for mission presidents. And he said, but if you spoke Hungarian or whatever, you would go now. But since you're not, because Swen had just left the Intermountain Clinic and gone to the Salt Lake Clinic, and he was not vested in retirement. And he said, we don't want this to be a financial hardship on you, so I'm going to recommend to the First Presidency that you don't serve right now, but you will serve, and you will serve with children. Let me know, send me a letter when everything is ready to go. So 2 years later, Swen was completely vested, sent Elder Nelson a letter, and we didn't hear anything. And this was in November of '89. We thought it would be 3 years later. We were completely ready to go. And so it was November of 1992 came. Nothing happened. December, nothing happened. We thought, okay, they've forgotten about us. Let's plan our summer vacation. And we didn't think about it. Well, right after the new year, we got a call from Elder Worthman's office, and we went in to visit with Elder Worthman, and it was just cut and dried. You're going this summer, get everything in order, shut down your medical practice, and because you will be in a German-speaking mission on July 1st. We don't know which one. I always knew it was going to be Vienna. That was just kind of my fingers crossed. And so we came home. They told us not to tell anyone, but how do you tell children? James had just gone on his mission to Poland. I think he'd been out 2 months. Gretel was a freshman at the U. Kirsten was a junior at high school. Catherine was an 8th grader, and Matthew was 10. You know, you don't hide this. So we kind of told our kids, and we started, you know, getting ready to go. And it was the longest 5 months, you know, because everyone's eating, they go, haven't you gone yet? So July 1st came, we came to the airport with 18 suitcases, especially because we were there with our children. It became a family mission. It wasn't just, you know, 2 senior citizens, Sven and Gretel, that had gone and left all their kids and grandkids home. It was Sven and Gretel with a missionary in Poland, with kids in high school, with kids in grade school, at the international school, and we just had a ball. Everyone over here, I think, still feels like they're half European. Every Christmas is like, can't we just be in Austria? Can't we be in Salzburg? Everyone feels so bad. But anyway, so it was a great, marvelous time. It was busy. You know what I was doing? I was doing comings and goings, dinners, and Cub Scouts, and PTA, and laundry, and train rides, and zone conferences. There's on the back under the banner, on one of the frames, Elder and Sister Balloff, our last missionary couple, as we left, he made up the statistics from his log of how many miles we've gone, how many gallons of gas that were recorded through our slips, how many books of Mormons all of you passed out, everything. Look at it, it's really fun. It's the statistics of the 3 years of mission. So anyway, it was a really good time. Now, fast forward, what has happened between when we saw you 26 years ago and now? We got home July 1st, actually, when we sent the kids early because Gretel was going to be having her wedding reception at our house and in our yard, and we hadn't been there for 3 years. So we sent the kids home 2 weeks early to get the yard ready and stuff. We came home and it was tough. It was really tough for me. We had Gretel got married on the 2nd of August. Kirsten got married the 22nd of November. Sven went back to being a surgeon and a trauma surgeon. James was working on one of his many degrees at the university and gone. Kat went to be a senior in high school and would come home every day and go, oh, Mom, I saw this cutest boy. And she started, meeting and dating her husband when she was a senior. So, and Matt was off being an 8th grader, and I was home alone with no dinners to prepare, no talks to prepare. And the hardest part was for the 3 years we were in Austria, we were all focused together. And we were all on the same page. And that was trying to just stay together, keep every mission running, keep Sven going and everything. And then all of a sudden, everyone was going back to their life. And I was just home alone. Well, Sven went into a state presidency. I was called to the primary general board. Things sped up. We went through the next few years, got the kids married, grandkids coming, and we went to, I started working at the Salt Lake Temple. Sven came down, retired in 2008, and came down. We were coordinators, life was good, and then the missionary bug hit Sven again. And we put in our papers, and we were called in 2012 or 2012 to be the area medical advisors in Europe. And Sven was one of the 2 physicians and we were under the area presidency in Frankfurt. We lived in Frankfurt for 18 months. He was so happy. He was doing medicine, which is his love. He had missionaries. He was dealing with missionaries, and he was speaking German. Life couldn't have been better for those 18 months. And we were responsible for 13 countries, or 13 missions in 24 countries, all the way from Cape Verde in the Atlantic Ocean off Africa to Cyprus, from Spain, up to Denmark, just all over the place. So we were gone a lot. We came home. About 2.5 years ago, we were called by the temple presidency of the Salt Lake Temple and asked to be the staff coordinators over the baptistry. So we got to spend 2 years kind of making changes that they wanted and working with the youth in the baptistry, which was just pure delight. And we were released from that about 1.5 years ago, and so when we got a call upon our release to meet with Elder Irene. And we went down and met with Elder Irene at 11 o'clock on a Monday morning, and he called and set Swen apart as a seer in the Salt Lake Temple. So that's where we are now. My father was a convert. I have about 2,000 names. I found Family Search, and we're very good friends. And so we're just busy doing that. Now that's where we are. I need to know where you are. So today, please find us, please give us an update on your lives, what you're doing, where you are, your children, these two beautiful little newborn twins that we have here. It's just so great. So find us. A couple of logistic things. There's some clipboards on the stage. Please give us update your information for us so we can find you. Up in the Bowery behind, if you go out the back of the building and through the parking lot and stuff, there is a ginormous soft serve machine. You can either visit up in the Bowery, you can stay here where it's air conditioned. Matthew, I handed our Matthew about 1,000 pictures. He's concentrated them down to 300. And they're rolling back there. We've got Elder Vandegraff's cartoons on the back. Matthew went through the storage room and found all of the cartoons from Elder Vandegraff. So anyways, we've got the building for the day. Stay and visit. We're so glad to have you here. This is truly a joy in our lives. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks to my kids. I got really sick last weekend, and I didn't know how we were going to pull this off. And they all stepped up and helped me in so many ways. And thank you. Thank you. We love you dearly. They still can't believe that Swen was so clueless that he had no idea. I just woke him up, and, he'd been working in the yard all morning, and I said, take a shower, and we need to head to the ward to drop off some cookies. So anyway, thank you for coming. May I bear my testimony that I know that our Heavenly Father lives, that Jesus is the Christ, that Joseph did see the Father and the Son, and that we have a living prophet today. And I am so grateful that the third member of the Godhead bears witness of that to me daily. And I am so glad that I had the opportunity to serve with you in such beautiful countries. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Okay, you composed enough?
There are moments in life and experiences individuals have that sometimes when you're tired and that you reflect on incredible experiences that have happened. That's happened many times because of our experiences with you, dear brothers and sisters. And this today will be something, hi sweetheart. This will be another thing. I cannot believe how she pulled all this off. Oh, man. And all I think, I've seen so many faces here that I should know. And I'm a little frustrated and looking forward to seeing all of you in a Brasso. But one thing that came to my mind is I need to say is Grüß euch, Servus, Yazabrat Svensson, Doberdon. That kind of covers it all, my dear brothers and sisters. I am truly speechless. Do I still have an assignment at 4 o'clock?
No, you've got a sub. Far away from the sun for you.
All day long today, I've got a griddle says you have a seating to do at 4 o'clock and down at the temple, and so I've been kind of thinking of that. And then when I saw you folks, I thought, how are we going to do this with what I have to do this afternoon?
And Lizzie isn't here yet. Lizzie Yeptich is coming. She's
back there.
Hi, Lizzie.
Oh.
You were my decoy all day, saying that we were going to meet you at Temple Square at 3 o'clock. So you were kind of the one to get us kind of moving earlier, and then you have Ceiling at 4. No, Garth Whitefield is subbing for you. It's all taken care of.
Sister Yevtich, what a great thing it is to see you here today. And I've been looking forward because I knew we were going to see you today. But for those of you who from Vienna, will know Sister Yevtich and her little boy. Well, brothers and sisters, this is something that, you know what the word Gänsehaut is? You Germans, what is Gänsehaut? It's goosebumps. And right now, since I've come in and seen each one of you, I have just had one incredible big goosebump. Life has been wonderful. I cannot believe that later this year I will then be 80 years old. Where does the time go? It's been a wonderful go at this point in time, and to see each one of you here today, the thoughts that come by as I look over and see Elder Van Graff and Sister Bex, all of you, Elder Hess, and bless you. It's just, it was one of the greatest things that ever happened to my wife and myself, to be able to spend 3 years working with you in Austria, in Slovenia, in Croatia, and in Albania, and it was just incredible. And our recent experience that we had in 2012 to 2014, when I was the area medical advisor, through some finagling, we were able to have responsibility for the Alpine German speaking, which of course was Switzerland, but also Austria. Then we also had the Adriatic North responsibility, which is Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, and then added to that, we had Bosnia, which we couldn't do when we were there, as you know, because of the war. And then we also had responsibility for the Adriatic South, which was down in Albania. Where are our Albanian missionaries? Anybody here that's here today? I just saw Ellen Worthman recently, and they only had 10 when we first arrived. And when we first went down to Albania, you had to fly down there because you didn't know where to get there. And just this last year, they made a stake in Zagreb, a stake in Albania, which we didn't think would ever happen. Brothers and sisters, there's not hardly a day goes by, certainly a week, that I will have a call or something will come up which reminds me of you, of Austria, of the former Yugoslavia. Calls will come and just want to say hello, cards will come. I am going to really, I don't believe in purgatory, that's a Catholic concept, but I think that if it were true, I'd have to spend some time in purgatory for my neglect on keeping contact with people that I love with all my heart. And this today, to see you all here, and to see the flags in the back, and again, I was so concerned how I was going to make this singing that I'm supposed to be doing today at 4 o'clock, and obviously it's all been taken care of. Thank you for all that you've done, all that you were. Thank you for those difficult times that we went through, but I know that we were all blessed because of working hand in hand with our Father in heaven and doing His work. I am so grateful for the presence of all of you here today, and knowing that other contacts were made with people who could not be here, and that gives me great solace. Life has been very good to my family. I've been blessed with an angel wife, as all of you know, and 5 wonderful children. I just don't know how I could have, back the other day I told my wife, Heavenly Father must have known that we were going to be weak as parents, and that's why they sent such wonderful children to come, that could teach us and direct us and keep us on the straight and narrow path. The friendships that we have with the church, with all that's going on, I just would hope that I could spend 10, 15, 30 minutes with each one of you today, which I know is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Dear brothers and sisters, thank you for all that you've done, for all that you are, for the blessing that we all had to be called to serve in Austria. I've lived now in Austria for 7 years, almost a tenth of my entire, a tenth, if you will. And how much I've enjoyed that. But then to be able to have had the experience to go down into Slovenia, to go down into Croatia, to go down into Serbia, and have those incredible experiences. I just got an email from a good sister, Sister Smith, whose parents were in Croatia. He started the PIG project, some of you may be aware of. And she just says, I'm going to be in Zagreb next week. Who can you put me in touch with? Well, I hope I still have Christian Lipicic's address and maybe that so that we can arrange for that. But anyway, I just need to let you know that I'm grateful for my knowledge and for the assurance that I have that our Father in heaven lives. That we are part of this incredible plan, this incredible thing called the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is everything in the world. And by living the concepts that are there and doing the things that we are, we'll stumble now and then, but be able to know that through the atonement of our Savior, He lives. I know that He lives. And I know that we have this marvelous opportunity each Sunday and Saturday remaining to renew our covenants, to make plans in that, and to keep forward. Thank you for being here. Thank you in all of my heart. I just love you. I know that this work is true. And you and we were all part of it. Thank you so very much. I'd like to say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Oh, yes. So they can do the hard all nations auf Deutsch.
First semester hard nations.
Auf Deutsch or English?
Well, however, you'll sing it in German.
Please, that would be good.
meet together today to honor our mission president, President Swenson, and his wife, Gretel. We're so grateful for them, for all that they have meant to us over the years, the examples they have set, the things they have taught us. We are grateful to have a wonderful association with them. We are grateful also for the friendships we've made, for the love that we have for one another, for the love we have for the gospel of Jesus Christ, and for the people and the countries where we serve. We pray that we'll have a wonderful afternoon, that we will renew friendships, that we will feel the Spirit, that we will know of thy love for us. Again, we're so grateful for the opportunity we've had to be here. We ask that you bless the refreshments, and we pray that all who have traveled will travel them safely, and that this will be a memorable and wonderful day for all of us. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Yes, so were you, how long you guys overlapped?
Actually, he was out my entire mission. So I got there to the mission in June. Right before that.
True story, he doesn't know our birthdays.
It's in October.
No. They're saying, where should we park our cars today? And go, does it matter? He doesn't even know what kind of car.
Who was it that said?
You guys have common cars.
James
too.
was
They're
telling me
everywhere.
that he's like, oh, the voting can't come or something like that in front of everybody,
He walks
and it was
into-
like right
He
over
walked in
Swenson.
the kitchen, he said,